Elan, there was some talk that he was going to be channeled again. I'm not sure if Tyler channeled him or if he is going to come through another channeler.
Yes, it is probable he will. Highly probable. There have been enough beings on your surface that have been requesting his presence, and there have in many ways been adequate amounts of channels who have also considered this and are actually working with this being in a dreamtime perspective to in many ways negotiate new spiritual contracts that will allow for the channeling to be done in a way that is very authentic for this being and this being's energy. Understanding this being is very selective with who channels him, because to channel this energy in many ways comes with a great deal of what you call commitment and consistency on behalf of the channel. So in many ways you could say that Elan is doing an interview process in your collective astral realm, in your collective dreaming realm, with a variety of different channels to in many ways see who is the best fit. And certain soul contracts in that way are now being worked out that will allow for this process to begin to solidify. The reason the rumors are surfacing is because this is actually in the works.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes. Our society is very excited to, in many ways, have him back as a major spokesperson for our collective. In many ways, we feel that he is a very powerful and positive voice for our society to your earth. So we are all very excited as well in this change, remembering that the types of beings from our society that you attract will always be determined by your individual and collective vibrations. So the notion that Elan in many ways will be returning as a channel being to your collective consciousness in many ways symbolizes that your collective vibration is raising to be able to match his frequency as an individual, which in many ways we consider to be very positive because of the role he plays for our society.
How is that role different than Bashars' role? They're both first contact specialists, right?
Yes, they both are first contact specialists, but the idea is that is not all they do. Understanding both of these beings have a variety of other interests and dynamics that they are a part of, some of which you're aware of and many of which you are not aware of. The idea is that the one you call Bashar in many ways is a very experienced master of technology that is both native to our civilization, but is also in many ways native to other societies altogether, which is one of the reasons why he can provide a variety of different permission slips. He in many ways is working with other beings in other collectives altogether to bring through permission slips that can amplify your own vibration. And this is part of his role as a first contact specialist. He's able to understand these societies, work with these societies. They will oftentimes present to him different gifts, different abilities, and different functions of those realities of the other societies altogether that he is then able to utilize when he then has conversations with different societies, such as what you call Earth Society. In many ways, I have different abilities altogether. I work with training hybrid children whom are particularly gifted in a variety of which you would call more mystical sets of skills. I work with members of our society who are on the leading edge of consciousness. This is one of the reasons why I, in many ways, deliver advanced permission slips that involve opening up the consciousness of those whom I am interacting with from your Earth. I am able to bring in different protocols and permission slips and training tools that I use for the hybrid children to members of the Earth Society. So we all in that way have very different abilities, even though we all serve very similar functions. I am not necessarily a first contact specialist, but I do in many ways act on behalf of my collective.
How about Elan? What are his other roles?
This is going to be a question for him.
Okay.